This is a bit different from last time. I'm just going up somewhere local, basically to check some gear out. Before I go up anywhere too high, it makes sense to check it out somewhere a bit lower and less extreme first. This is just up the road from where I live, basically. I'm going to go up, carry on up a bit, and there's like a little copse, and I'm going to probably put my tent up in there. But yeah, it's pitch black because it's quite a busy area, and I don't want to get rumbled if I can help it. So I'll probably get back on when I've actually got the tent up in about another half hour, probably, to get where I want to go. Anyway. Right, well, I've got up here. It's now pitch black. I've got my tent up. Well, it's not really a tent. This is what I'm going to try out next time, hopefully. It's basically just a tarpaulin. I've got a couple of sort of bivvy poles for it. It's really basic, but it doesn't weigh a lot. So my plan is to try and use this in the winter when every gram counts, really. I mean, this isn't really a comparison to taking it up to Wales or anything, but it's a start. And I didn't really want to do it in the garden. But yeah, there's next to nothing to it, really, so that's why it weighs next to nothing. I'm gonna get all my stuff in there, see what it's like with everything in there. This is it from the inside. As you can see, there's not that much room or headroom really, but there's enough room for all, me and all my stuff, so that's enough really. I'm not planning on sharing it with anyone else anytime soon, so yeah, obviously it's fairly basic, but hopefully it will keep the worst of the weather off me. Unfortunately, it's really warm up here. I'd kind of like to see how it deals with the rain, but I can probably do that with a hose pipe in the garden, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, it's really mild. If anything, I brought too many warm clothes with me. Yeah, got all my stuff with me. Got some biscuits, got a hip flask, so I'm going to sit back and chill out a bit, and hopefully in the morning it will clear up nicely and I'll get some nice footage of everything. Right, I've just woken up. I slept like a champ last night, so I feel pretty rested. Sun's not coming up yet. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, so it won't be long before dog walkers start getting up here, so I'm going to start packing this all up in a minute, and then wait for the sun to come up, I suppose. Right, well, I got the tent up, just waiting for the sun to come up now, really. Where I am, you won't be able to see a lot. I'm still waiting for the sun to come up, but basically I'm at a place called Oldbury Castle. It's old Iron Age hill fort. It's nothing particularly special around here, to be honest, because they're pretty much everywhere, and this one isn't the most obvious of them I've seen, but it's a nice flat spot to put a tent up in anyway. But yeah, down there are the lights of where I live, so I obviously haven't come that far. Just going to wait a bit longer for this sun to come up, and then I'll try and get some footage of some of the other stuff that's up here, because there's not a lot of point of filming in the dark really up here. Right, the sun's come up enough that you can make stuff out a little bit now. Over there were the woods that I was planning on sleeping in, but I didn't bother in the end because I just found a flat spot and stuck with it. You can see down there where you've got that big ditch. That's kind of to do with the fact it's a hill fort. Like I said, there's loads of these around here, but you can sort of see the wall that's going around there, or ditch even. And then right down there, you can just about make out where that white spot is. That's a white horse. There's loads of these in Wiltshire. Most of them are sort of made in the 19th century, I think, but there's a couple that are legitimately ancient. I think the one at Uffington is. I've been there before. But yeah, this is the top of it all anyway. It's a nice enough spot. It's not Wales. I think this is about 800 foot high, something like that, which is enough to make a little bit of a difference, but it's still really pretty warm up here, thankfully. So I'm just going to start wandering down. On the way down I'll try and get a nice picture of that white horse, because you can't really see it properly from this angle. There's another sort of quick sweep around on the way down so you can see the views a bit better now the sun's more and more up. There's the horse again. I'm going to get some more of that coming down. And there's a close-up of the Lansdowne Monument. It's sort of boarded off. It needs a lot of maintenance, I think, and they're not bothered doing it. It's been like that for years. All of this is owned by the National Trust, or the open land anyway. already. I've seen a couple of dog walkers. It doesn't take long for it to get busy down there. I'm just gonna keep on wandering down, and I should be able to get a better picture of that white horse. And then I'm going to arrange my lift home, I think, because I don't fancy walking through town. That's probably the best sort of angle I can get on the white horse. You can see it's looking pretty sorry for itself. I don't think they've come up and maintained it for a long time. But usually what happens is, before COVID anyway, was about twice a year they'd come up and volunteers would clear all the weeds and stuff off of it and, you know, recut it if it needs doing. But yeah, there it is anyway. There's so many of these in Wiltshire. There's at least 3 not that far from where I live, so they're far from uncommon around here. As I said earlier, there's only a couple that are legitimately old. But yeah, sun's come up now. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a cloudy, not very interesting morning, but there we are. I'm going to keep on going down, and that's basically the end of the video.